This is the Big O Show. 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 This is...
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura Integra. $229 a month. It's the season of performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge, Total Landscape Solutions.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our all-stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days. From Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura ADX. $239 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
boys and girls, on a Thursday, December 18th, 2025, day number 18,963 since your Miami Dolphins were world champions, and day number 8,746 since the Canes were national champions. Good morning. Wonder what we're going to talk about today. Is it the Panthers winning 6 of 7? No. Panthers right there on the 8th spot, breathing. Yeah. Great character, toughness, fighting through everything. Yeah, no, we'll talk about the screw ups and the goof offs and the idiots that are the Miami Dolphins. Yes, I'm sure we'll talk about that. But anyway, congrats to the Panthers. You know what, Sean Stanley? Give them Florida Panthers a victory cigar. So, congrats to the Panthers, and just love what's going on, how they're just climbing back, and they're starting to get healthy, and Kachuk is practicing, and and all that. And, it's just, you're going to see a bunch of other guys come back too at the same time. So the only one is Barkov, but I just have a feeling he's going to come back in the playoffs. I just do, man. I just do. I just feel like it's going to happen. It's going to be kind of magical in that sense. And we're going to get a healthy Kachuk, and winning this way, when you get Kachuk back, oh, man. Hopefully Kachuk Cheese carries us the rest of the way. It'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. I'm sure he's hungry to be healthy on the ice. So it's just cool to watch the Panthers story as it continues to evolve, because it's the one that we really should appreciate. I know we all want the Dolphins to win, but they're always a mess. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? We can't wish it to happen. I wish we could. I wish we could. It would be nice if Will Smith shows up in purple out of the bottle and grants us a wish or two. It would be nice, but it's not going to happen. So we should appreciate the Panthers. And you know what? Look at on the MLS side, Inter Miami just is going to sign the best goaltender in the league and all that. I mean, they are loading up. They brought the spitter back. Luis Suarez is re-signing with Inter Miami. I wonder if they have a spitting and biting clause in the contract. Because, if I'm the Moss brothers, I would have not brought Suarez back. That's just me, but Messi runs the team, so the Moss brothers have to do whatever Messi wants, and they won the title. So the inmate ran the asylum well this year, not last year, but this year it worked out. So they got to listen to the inmate, and it is what it is. But, let's hope the inmate continues to run the asylum, not win, but not connect with the community. That's the part that kind of sucks. But it is what it is. That's what we should focus on, like the teams that actually know how to win and are winning, and they're not the ones that get all the attention. It's funny, right? The Dolphins get all the attention for being screw-ups. You know what I mean? And the Heat used to be the elite team in town now. Now they've fallen easily to third now because they're behind Inter for sure, and everybody's behind the Panthers, right now. So it's interesting how it's all kind of, shaken out a little bit here. It's kind of screwed up. This is why Saturday becomes so important for us hometown fans. Saturday becomes so important because we need the Canes to finally bust through, because they have not bust through yet. They've climbed back to a level that's all right, pretty decent, but they're not there yet. They're not there with the big boys yet, and until you start winning those games and now it's called the playoffs. Before it was called the big bowl game. Now it's called the playoffs. So you got your chance this is even better than a bowl game, because if you end up with, a middle tier bowl game that's maybe a half decent bowl game, but you're not in the championship mix, it's not a big deal, which is where Miami would have been if we would have had the regular bowl system, and Miami is where it's at in the rankings. Correct? They wouldn't be playing for a national championship. They would be playing a half decent bowl game is what they would have been playing, right? Well, now they have the luxury of having the playoffs, where now they can play the best team in the country, whatever you think it is, if it's Indiana, Ohio State, whatever, and you got a chance to beat them if you can get that far. It's a beautiful thing, and we need it badly, because the Canes have been fraudulent for 2 decades, where the Dolphins have been fraudulent for 4 decades. And so the Dolphin thing has been going on forever. We need the Cane thing to kind of end that. So at least one of our football teams is, back to being respectable, because the Dolphins are, oh my God, they are years away, if they ever even get there. But I'm saying they're years away from having a chance to be respectable, because they haven't been respectable for decades. They've been a laughing stock and a fraud, and they always fail in every big moment for 40 years. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, folks. We shall see. But let's hope the Canes open it up for us. Would be nice. It would be really, really nice. So, we'll see. Anyway. By the way, it's nice to see that Omar Kelly still has a terrible memory. When he was on our show a whole bunch, we kind of proved it all the time. So I just saw, like, it came across my timeline. He was telling, I think it was Luther Campbell, and Luther had correctly guessed, not that he knows shit, but he correctly guessed that Flo didn't want to coach Tua, and Omar told him that Flo never told anybody in the organization he didn't want Tua. And it's funny how Omar has, how his memory is like really, really, really bad. Really, really bad, because on our show, we are the ones that told everybody Flo didn't want Tua. He wanted another quarterback, but I couldn't tell you who it was. Remember? Those of you that are hardcore, that have been with us for years. Remember back then I told you Flo didn't want Tua. He wanted another quarterback. And I told all the beat writers, it was Joe Shad, it was Marcel, it was Cam, it was Omar, it was Poopart. I had them all on my show weekly, okay? All of them on my show weekly. Told every one of them. Flo didn't want Tua. Flo was fighting for somebody else. And Omar, to his credit, because I couldn't say who it was, he figured it out that it was Jordan Love. And so he's telling, like, Luther, oh, he never said he didn't want to. Bro, he hated Tua. He didn't want Tua. He fought the front office he wanted Jordan Love is the guy he wanted. And right now he looks, although Jordan Love may not have ever succeeded here because you don't have the coaching. You know what I mean? So who knows? He might have flamed out here and then had to go somewhere else to resurrect his career. We don't have the structure they have in Green Bay. You know what I mean? They've had a structure for quarterbacks for decades. They have set up a structure. They know exactly what they're doing with quarterbacks. The Dolphins have never known what to do with quarterbacks. Just go check Marino. So, it is what it is. But, I love Omar, great dude, all that. But, I have some fun with him when it comes to sports here because he's got a terrible memory. He does have a horrible memory. And he does play both sides like I've never seen anybody play both sides in my entire life. And so, when I saw that tweet, but like, I'm not the guy that stays quiet, bro. I'm going to call your ass out. You know what I mean? Bitcoin Magazine yesterday tweeted out that the Bitcoin dip after it went to 90 and went back down to 90, 85, 86 was due to Trump and the blockade of the oil, which is bullshit. Has nothing to do with Trump, has nothing to do with the blockade. I retweeted back to Bitcoin Magazine. You guys are full of shit. You're Bitcoin Magazine, and you guys are lying to people. The reason why we have this is because we have leverage plays going on, shorts and longs, and they keep gutting those leverages, the shorts and the longs. Yesterday, shorts and longs got killed again. And so all those people that are gambling, somebody's manipulating right now, and they're actually moving it where they're killing all of the leveraging, because leveraging is terrible for stocks, for Bitcoin, for anything, for gold, for whatever it is. You know, people that are leveraging are doing, you know, like they're trying to make some serious money, but they also can lose their asses off. And that's what's been happening a lot in the leveraging, department. I'm making an analogy that most of you aren't picking up on, but I'm just saying, it's bullshit. You know, people just throw stuff out there, and then, and everybody just goes along, and, Joe Shad will tweet out what Mike Greenberg says. Oh, I want to see Mike McDaniel with a different quarterback. Like, dumbass, didn't you see him with Huntley? He was running Tua's offense. He didn't start running with Huntley until the fourth game of Huntley. Like, you want to see him with a different quarterback? He had Skylar Thompson around him for 2.5 years, and they didn't know how to, but Joe Shad just retweets that instead of correcting Greenberg and saying, hey, Mike, you're full of shit. Just so you'll know, he's had different quarterbacks, and they've all been a disaster. Everyone is a disaster under this guy. This is a guy that still burns timeouts. People can't align right. They don't run the right routes. It's amazing to me how a couple of games and the running game works, and all of a sudden some people think that Mike McDaniel has figured some shit out or something. No, he hasn't. He's still a terrible coach. But again, back to be accurate. Okay? And Flo never wanted Tua. Those are the facts. He fought the front office for that decision. Okay? So that's, I see that stuff out there, and, and I told Omar, you're dead wrong, dude. But again, I understand, because Omar's memory is dog shit. So it's, this is years ago, and he probably doesn't remember. That's kind of the way it goes. Just want to throw it out there because, it's a bunch of horse shit. And I just want to call it like I see it, and call what I know, because I know what went on. And so I know that he was against it, because I was on top of that from the get-goes. What is it, 7? Is this his 7 years in, 6 years in? Whatever it is for 2 now. We talked about it back then. You can see it's all on the platform, dude. None of that is erased or anything like that. You can see a lot of those episodes are all there, dude. They're all there. So, just because stuff is thrown out there and it's just not accurate and it's just not right. And I'm not a Flo guy. He's a bad dude. He couldn't build an offensive staff anyways. But on the Tua side, he ends up looking right now. There's a lot more to this story. Obviously, Chris Greer and company screwed up from the get-go from drafting Tua, because they didn't build it around him the way they were supposed to. And I think Greer did two horrible things for himself. 2, he didn't hire any good coaches. Both Flo and McDaniel weren't head coach material. They weren't ready to be head coach material. So that's where you screwed up. And then the other stuff was catering to your coaches too much. When you drafted the kid, you had to see what they did in Alabama. That's exactly how you got to build an offense around him. Saban understood that, but, he didn't. And you built a shady line, which is still shady. It can't pass block. Still can't pass block. So it doesn't matter what quarterback you bring here. Behind that line, you're going to get killed, because that's just kind of the way it is until it actually can run block some, but it's not going to pass block. And just because they run block for a couple of games against some bad teams, doesn't really mean that you've turned the corner either. That's yeah. By the way, folks, when you've turned the corner, it's when you can run block for a couple seasons. Not one season with Jamie Nails. We've done that. A season or two with Ricky Williams. No. When you're multiply changing running backs and you can, phase one set of linemen for another, where you change maybe 2 out of 5 one year, but you continue running the ball because that is in your DNA. That's when we've turned the corner. Not when you've run a couple of games and you get a little streak, because do I have to go back and talk about the list of the streaks again for the Miami Dolphin fans? How you win, you lose, 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 you win, you lose. I think we've gone over it a couple times, right? So, it's nothing has been figured out here. No one has figured anything out, and that's because the owner hasn't figured it out. So, until the owner figures it out, they're not going anywhere. What can I tell you? Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. All right, folks? Smash the hell out of the like button. Hit the notification bell. Come on, let's go. You got us already over 100. We only got 32 likes, and there's 122 watching at the moment. By the way, the Fort Lauderdale United, we are going to be there live, Sean and myself. We're going to be there live on Saturday afternoon. And you could get tickets. You could join us. They're taking on the Spokane Zephyrs. You can get season tickets. Go to ftlutd.com. You can call them at 954-241-0618. You can use the QR code that you're seeing right there on the screen. Go to Fort Lauderdale United FC shop.com so you can get some gear. We're going to be out there on Saturday, broadcasting live, having some fun. Looking forward to it. Ladies are always great to be around, and it's a really cool family atmosphere and kind of relaxed, So it's really, really cool, and hopefully, I'm hoping that it continues to grow. And by the way, really affordable. So if you got nothing to do on Saturday night, you want to plan on something, come on out to Davie, and it's where the Dolphins used to practice, that exact same field. They've created a stadium out of that also. So there's seating on both sides, on one end of the pitch. So all kinds of stuff, and they're going to continue to add more and more things as time goes on. So there's a whole bunch of plans. I don't want to talk about them because it's not my place to do it. Tommy and the boys have got to unveil all of that information. But yeah, so if you can, come on out, and that is this is your team, man. So this is another local team that you can support. They made it to the finals last year. So let's see if the girls can make a nice strong push here at the end of the season. All right. What else do we have going on? Bengals, by the way, are now favored by 4 after the great Quinn Ewers was announced as the starter. The over and under is 47.5. Bengals are minus 210 on the money line. The Dolphins are plus 175 on the money line. I am not touching this game. I'm not expecting good things in this game, to be quite honest. I don't trust Mike McDaniel to help anybody be their best, to be quite honest. I think he's a detriment to all his quarterbacks, and I feel terrible for this young man going in this situation with a line that can't pass block and a coach that doesn't understand how to mix things up, properly. So let's hope he has some common sense. Let's hope that the run game's working, because you're playing a horrible run defense. So you've got a chance to kind of keep the kid somewhat clean and help him. But who knows what happens with, Mike McDaniel. He'll get cued or something and create issues for the young man. So I don't know. It's a rough one. It's a rough one, folks. That one's tough to understand. Anyway, Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Of course, you can send in your questions, comments, and insults. Always appreciate that. Thank you out there. Don't forget, Welton Rayom, proud sponsors of our program. We love talking about Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. If you need lawyers that you could count on that are going to fight for you, they've got their own adjusters. So if you suffer any damage to your home or condo, your business, you never, ever, 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 ever call the insurance companies. I know it sounds weird, right? Nah, man, you call people like Welton Rayom, they send their adjusters, and then they call the insurance companies. And then they handle everything for you. You never have to call. You never have to deal with the insurance companies. And when the insurance companies hear from lawyers right away, they get their attention, dude. So call them. The consultation's free. If you're dealing with bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, consultation's free. Call Jeff or Dan, explain your situation, and then they'll see if you have a case. 954-966-4646. All right. Oh, man. I want to talk about Tua and his benching yesterday and how he handled it. Okay. Before I do that, Sean Stanley, please give me 30 seconds.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink, be the maestro of your own home.
All right. Thank you all out there as always. Appreciate you all. We will be in studio tomorrow, Saturday. We're going to be out in Davie for the Fort Lauderdale United and Spokane Zephyr FC match. Looking forward to the match. Looking forward to the game. Come on out and join us. And we thank the folks at All Year Cooling and Plumbing for supporting us. Remember, they are from Vero Beach all the way down to Homestead. So give them a ring at 888-204-5554. And they've got a new office in Naples. So we got a lot of listeners on the West Coast because a lot of them call Welton Rayom during the storm season. When we had those storms, back-to-back storms for them, which was just atrocious. A lot of the listeners there are called Welton Rayom, and they actually helped out a lot. They're in the middle of, I think, still some, but I think they've solved a lot of those cases. So yeah, just rough. I feel bad for the people out on the West Coast. By the way, Bitcoin is at 88,200. The markets. The Dow right now, always when I bring it up, I want to give it like a couple seconds to refresh here to make sure and give me the latest because it has it plus 317 right now. But that's kind of like, you never know. Let me just see if it's straightened out. It looks like it might be the one. All right. So we got the Dow up 317 points. The S&P is up 70. And the NASDAQ is up a little bit over a point. That's what we got going on. There we go. All right. So, Tua yesterday, in talking about his benching, and, when he also talked about eventually he got to it, that he had not played well. If you watched it, it's what we've talked about for the last like 2 weeks, I think it is now, that he is showing no remorse. He has no anger towards himself. Forget about anger towards fans or media or anybody else that doubts him or any of that stuff. I don't see a man that is truly disappointed in how he is playing. And so he handled it exactly how I expected, pretty much, as a guy that, has for weeks has been, oh, well, I haven't played well. I've got to play better. And, it was like a broken record every week when you're making all these mistakes, and early on I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but, it gets to a point where you start looking at him physically and you wonder mentally. And then there's all kinds of things. Even when he talks, there's, it's always an uncomfortable situation, but he does give you insight into what goes on when he talks about how alignment and communication, things that should never be a problem 4 years in with the coach. So he also is telling you what's going on, if people aren't showing up to meetings or something. It just kind of shows you that the guy above doesn't have a lot of organization going on to, what's trying to be developed here. So it's all his fault in TUA. It's obviously a lot of fault for McDaniel creating the terrible environment that he has created, because he is never prepared, and it shows every week in his coaching that he is never prepared. And by the way, I hate to be the old head and all that shit, but it's stuff that you just didn't see with Shula, And it's kind of funny that after Shula, there's so many holes in everybody's game that's come here to be a head coach, to be quite honest. Saban, I think, had his shit together better than anybody else to a certain extent. I have to say, he couldn't get the quarterback problem fixed, so that really burned him. But I got to say, organizationally, maybe Saban, out of all the guys that I've been around, might have been the most organized one out of all of them, to be quite honest. So maybe that one. But outside of that, Shula, it was, a guy maximizing anything and everything. And Shula would be made a ton of mistakes as a general manager. He was terrible as a general manager. And his coaching would kind of it's kind of like what you see with the Heat front office and Spo, that Spo makes the best out of whatever the front office has been giving him the last 10 years, which is nothing close to good enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. He's created a terrible environment. But Tua doesn't care anymore. And I don't know, and we're going to find out. I told you this yesterday. I don't know, does he not care anymore because he doesn't want to play anymore and he's just kind of playing this out? Or is Tua lying? Because to me, what information is he hiding from us? What is it that he's not finally saying? Is he not saying, hey, guys, that hip injury I had last year, it's got me done so. It's not something that I'm going to overcome. I can play, but it'll limit me in what I can do. I can pass a physical, but it'll limit in what I can do, and I can't throw it the same way and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to quit because I need to get paid, because this is my last and final check. Is that it? Is it I'm done with this guy and this system and the fact that they never protect me and the fact that, they don't do things that kind of complement who I am, which is true. They've never done it. Never, ever done it. Any success that Tua has had has been in spite of McDaniel, in spite of Brian Flores. Okay? Any kind of success that he's had, it's in spite, because none of them ever did it right. So I don't know what it is, but Tua is lying. Tua is hiding information. Tua is not telling us everything. And you can tell by the body language, you can tell by the way he answers. And he's trying to keep it as PC as possible. He's a goofball, so he really can't communicate the best way. He's not the smartest guy in trying to create double talk. Let's put it that way. Okay? So he's not a great bullshit artist. You know why? Because he's kind of like just an honest guy. So these honest type of people, they have a hard time playing the bullshit game. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's a little bit like me, post now corporate, that, on this platform, I don't give an F. So I'm not going to hold back on anything or anyone or anything whatsoever. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, like it, love it, hate it. I don't care. But he's lying. He's keeping information from us. He's not telling us everything going on. It could be about his hip. He's not going to tell you, hey, I'm injured. I'm never going to be the same guy, but I got to loaf here and I got to fight through it and wait till they cut my ass so I can take every penny with me out the door. Not going to say that. And he's not going to say, I've gotten to a point where I'm kind of injured right now, but you know what? It's not even worth trying to rehab or worth trying to fight with, to overcome, because this organization and this coach is dog shit. And I just want to get the hell out of here. So if I play bad enough, I'll get the hell out of here. They'll cut me on June 1st and I take my money with me. I get to go wherever I want, or I get to retire. But Tua, is lying. Tua is withholding information. And it's obvious. So it's either a physical thing, it's a mental thing, it's an emotional thing, it's a combination of all of them, but we're not getting the whole story. Okay? We get little tidbits because he's so bad at it that he ends up giving you tidbits. And what he's telling you is how dysfunctional things are behind the scenes. Like it wasn't dysfunctional before, like we hadn't heard about people going late and doing whatever the hell they want. Well, look what you have as a head coach. You have what would be Jeff Spicoli becoming a head coach. And that's the problem. So something's going on here. We're not getting all the information. The good thing is, like I've told you all, those of you that hated Tua from the get-go, those of you that either love Tua and you wanted him to succeed, but now he's done. Those of you like me that I believed in his ability, but you had to build it the right way around him. But right now, he's either too broken mentally, physically, or whatever to continue. Whatever it is, you get to part ways from him and move on. The cap hits are going to be the cap hits. You can't avoid that. It is what it is, dude. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing is, in the end, okay, everybody's going to get what they want. The people that want Tua gone, they're gone. Tua wants to go or retire. He gets to go and retire. He doesn't have to even come back to play for another year because of his salary and all that. They'll cut him on June 1st. Now, when you do this, you're cutting him on June 1st because you're telling him he's definitely excommunicado. Okay, he can't come back to the Continental. Okay, he's done. So you're moving on. So that's the good thing. You get to turn the page. Are the Dolphins going anywhere? They're not going anywhere anyway. So don't freak out about the whole cap hit and all that bullshit and all that. It's not like the Dolphins were going anywhere next year or the year after. So, please don't lie to yourselves. It's embarrassing. Seriously, it's embarrassing. Okay? The reality is the reality. It's a horrible franchise. It's a horrible owner. And they're stuck in cap hell for the next couple of years. So, what? And even if they weren't in cap hell, what have they been doing for 30 years? You know what I'm saying? So please don't lose sleep over it. It's just another screw up on top of 5 billion screw ups for the last 30, 40 years. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Whatever you think the TUA thing, okay, it doesn't hurt more than Robin Senline for Anthony Carter. Doesn't. Whatever you want does not hurt more. Does not hurt more than trading for Hugh Green and he blows out his knee. Does not hurt more. Okay? I've suffered more pain as a Dolphin fan watching Marino go down with an Achilles injury. You know what I'm saying? So this is nothing on the Richter scale compared to all the other shit. This is just, on top of everything else that's been screw-ups forever for the Miami Dolphins. That's all. I've had more heartbreak when actually things mattered. Nothing matters here now. Market's up 387 points. S&P's up 84. All right. There we go. That's the latest right there. And Bitcoin now is at 88,894, 917. I think it wants to go to 89 now. 946. Well, 971. Let's do it. Let's do it together. 971, 992, 88,000. We got 89,000, $3, huh? We just tuned in right when we're making a little bit of a run now. There we go. Back over 89,000. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? It's a beautiful thing. Just like that. Just like that. Anyway. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? We do have our friends at Toyota of Hollywood, 1841 North State Road 7, and we are there the second Wednesday of every month. The great Herbie Lopez, the Dominator, the Ass Kicker, and go check it out. They are the number one volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. It is probably one of the most comfortable dealerships I've ever seen in my life because it is enormous. It's comfortable because the customer gets to go to any floor that they're looking for a Camry or they're looking whatever it is you're looking for. It doesn't matter. Tundra, whatever it is, they got a row of them. And that's the beauty. Oh, you're looking for a Corolla, hybrid, whatever it is. Here's 20, 30, 40 of them. Different colors, different styles, different. So that way you pick the car you want, the color you want, the style you want, the model you want. But more importantly, you're going to get the price you want. Camry LE sedan right now, $299 a month. So get on down there, no payments for 90 days. They've got 2.75% financing available for 4 full years. 0 down, 2,000 cars in stock, over 1,200 new cars. And floor after floor after floor. And you get away from the elements. You don't shop in the heat. You don't shop in the humidity because everything's under roof. So go 1841 North State Road 7, right between Hollywood and Sheridan. It is Toyota of Hollywood, and tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you, man. Good people out there. Got a couple of restaurants inside. Got the area to relax while you get your car serviced. Is ridiculous. It's ginormous. Couches everywhere, TVs. Subways, a pizza place, you got it all, man. It's actually pretty cool. So go check it out at Toyota of Hollywood. I like when Mr. Zen sometimes brings back, he has this killer car collection. And sometimes he'll have some of those cars on display at the showroom. He hasn't done it for, I want to say, it's been like what, maybe a year or two now? Right, Sean, that Mr. Zinn hasn't done it. But, dude, he'll bring out like a classic Supra or something, just a different Toyota from back in the day, and it'll just blow you away. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like when he does that. Anyway. All right. It's by the way, because I think I saw it earlier on the chat board. Forgot, was it Oscar? Was it who was it? Where was it? I think it was Oscar, right? Talking about a TUA trade or something. Folks, let me explain something to you now. So the game that's played by the media nowadays, it's a clickbait game that they play. Well, the fact that it's not real news, but they want to come up with stuff, and I get it. A lot of you that are fanatical, you're so desperate for any kind of news that you start talking about stuff that is silly and it makes no sense and there's no rhyme or reason to it. And some of you out there, and I think it was Oscar was bringing up, trade for Tua, or there's no exploring no trades for Tua. There's none of that stuff. Oh, let's trade Tua for Kyler Murray so both get a fresh start, or Tua and a draft pick for this player. None of that is going to happen. Okay? Are you watching? He looks physically broken. So he's, like I just told you in the last rant, he's lying to us about something. He's withholding information about something. And they see the same shit. So nobody's going to pick up that contract. And the Dolphins, the best way they can part ways with him and take less of a cap hit is by waiting for June 1st. If they trade him, then it all accelerates into a year. And it becomes an even bigger problem. So the reality is no one in the CFL is trading for Tua. No one is trading for Tua at this point. They're going to let the Dolphins eat that contract, cut him, and then somebody might explore it. Like I told you, it's a Belinda Carlisle. And for those of you that aren't old enough, Belinda Carlisle was the lead singer of the Go-Go's. She had, they all had a falling out. They had drug problems. They had all kinds of issues. They broke up. Belinda went on her own. When she went on her own, she changed her entire look. All you got to do is go look and by the way, just for opinion purposes, since this is what the show is all about, she actually did what a divorcee does. The dude or the woman that gets a divorce goes back to the gym, starts to work out, starts to get in shape, does, whatever it does. And then they try to make each other jealous, right? Because they're back out and they're trying to look as good as ever and all that kind of stuff, right? That's exactly what she did. She remade herself. She looked dynamite, dude, and came out with a bunch of hits. So it kind of helped her. You know what I'm saying? Will Tua do that? Will he now go back to Nick Hicks? Will he fix whatever issues are going on? Will he want to get away mentally from this whole shit that is the Miami Dolphins? You know what I mean? I don't know. We're going to find out. But at the point where we're at right now, no one is touching Tua with a 10-foot pole. Nobody wants anything to do with Tua at all. He looks horrible, dude. He looks completely broken. No one with that kind of money, no one's taking that on. So I get it. These writers have to write articles. They have to fill 24-hour news cycles on radio, on television, and newspapers. Their editors are asking them for whatever kind of content you want to come up with, so you can come up about crazy scenarios and say, oh, Kyler Murray needs a fresh start, and so does Tua Tagovailoa. And where does that make any sense for anybody? But I'll write the article like a whole bunch of other idiots will write that article, and a whole bunch of other idiots will read those articles. We don't do that here, dude. I don't do it for clicks. I don't try to what's that called? Gaslight you people. It's not what I do, bro. It's not what I do. Sorry. Just going to tell you exactly how it is. Okay? Might be right sometimes. Maybe I'm wrong sometimes. But I'm certainly not doing stuff to gaslight you. That's, I don't have time for that, dude. I'm 59. I don't have time for that shit anymore. You know what I mean? And I'm not working for some corporate hack that I got to go do that, and I got to listen to some editor or some producer and play the game. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not going to play the disgruntled fan on the, and try to, so be everybody's friend and all that. No, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. So just don't read into any of that. It's a waste of time. I'm not going to be talking about it. I'm just going to tell you that you're wasting your time, and it's Jonathan Taylor, it's Cook, they're trying to find another quarterback. 2 years ago when Josina Anderson was reporting, they're trying to find another quarterback instead of Tua, which is not true. It's just bullshit that's thrown out there, and it's stuff that, there's no basis to it, but it stirs shit up and it gets things going, even though there's zero basis to it. And the same thing here. There's zero basis to it. No one is trading for Tua. No one. It's impossible. They might trade you a dead person that they have on contract for 5 years for yours that they can get out in 2, but that's about it. If that scenario exists, then you got a shot. But outside of that, don't waste your time. It's bullshit. Total bullshit. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation as always. And we appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Let's see. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And if you need custom printing and embroidery, my man Alan Blanco can take care of you. 786-618-1443. Panthers over the Kings, 3-2. Bennett, Lundell, and Verhaeghe all with goals yesterday. Tarasov with 27 saves. The Panthers have won 6 of 7 now. All right. Pretty good. And they are now a point behind New Jersey. New Jersey's got the 8th spot with 39 points. I checked it this morning. Florida's right behind with 38 points. They've continued to climb. They were all the way in the bottom of the conference. Now they're already in the 9th spot. So it just got to have patience. They're really good. They're really deep. They'll figure stuff out. Now they're going to start getting healthier and healthier, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun, dude. So it's going to get good. Anyway, they got Carolina tomorrow at 7:00 at what's it called? What's the name of the not the Kaseya? What's the name of that place? Whatever the new arena is called, the new name for the arena. What is it now?
Amerant Bank.
Amerant Bank. That's it. Too many changes. Anyway, the Heat tonight will visit the Nets. The Heat are favored by 6. The over and under is 227. Miami is minus 260. The Nets are plus 195. Miami has lost 5 in a row 6 of 7, and they are 7 and 8 in their last 15. Basically, they suck. So we'll see. Tonight, NFL action, Rams and Seattle. In Seattle, Seattle's favored by 1.5. Over and under is 42. Rams are plus 105. Seattle's minus 125. And on Saturday at 7:30, you can watch it on Peacock and on Channel 10. Fort Lauderdale United hosting the Spokane Zephyr FCs. And remember, you can come to the game Saturday in Davie also. So there you go. Come visit and support your Fort Lauderdale United. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. What do we have here on the chat board? Let's see what we got. All right. Oscar Rojas, Dolphin Dave, I see. Jack Sultan, NorCal, Alexis Palenzuela, Jeff in Long Island. Let's see, says, morning Dolphin fans, notice something going on and needs to stop fans. The media, like Joe and Dave Hyde, are now using Tua as an excuse for our team's failure. Well, but it's, you've got to, I don't know. I didn't hear, although, wait a minute. I did get in the car this morning for a couple minutes, and, what did I hear Bo say that I almost drove off the road and I was laughing my ass off? Oh, man, he said something really crazy. That I heard myself. God. I forgot now, but it was funny. It was funny. It was ridiculous. I'll remember eventually, but it was just something like, I was like, what are you watching? But it is what it is. Hey, look, Tua's a great scapegoat right now. You know what I mean? That's what people want to do. They want to use Tua. Obviously is a problem, but there's bigger problems. The owner's a much bigger problem than Tua ever will be. Jeremy Dorsett, the Green Lion, is in. He's impressed with the Panthers. Anthony Kyle Campos, your role model. Panthers are dogs. Yes. Something we don't have a lot of in this town. Magnus in. Green Lion says Inter Miami is looking to sign Robert Lewandowski. Would be the second biggest signing in club history. Another mercenary, though. Well, they just want to win. So sucks that there's not a lot of connection with the team, but at least they're spending and they're trying to win. So it is what it is. Buenos dias, Juan Rosa. Let's see. Sam the Man. Thank you, sir. Ted in New Jersey. NMB. Finn should have given Tua the Jimmy Butler treatment on the final year of the contract. Think Blue Dodgers is checking in from LA. Let's see. Jamie Zorrea in San Jose. Brian Landis. Howie. McDaniel has no scheme. He ruined Tua. Yes, Tua has shortcomings, but ultimately McDaniel ruined him. Yes. Well, hold on. Tua was ruined by many people. Okay? First of all, Chris Greer in the front office. Once you drafted a fragile quarterback, you had to build the line of Montezuma, and you failed to do that. So that's on them. 2, your head coach that you hired, dude, that guy didn't want to. That guy wanted to run personnel, not you guys. That dude didn't want to, tank that first year. Like, Brian Flores did not go along with anything. He didn't even want to tank the first year, which it's like, yo, dude, we're trying to get Joe Burrow and, so, like, let's just lose all the games and The guy was like oblivious to that. Like, you've got a 5-year contract. We don't care. I don't know if the owner did offer money for each loss. He says, "Oh, I was joking," but we know that Stephen Ross is stupid, and he probably wasn't. Like, who cares, dude? Why didn't you do that? But so your front office hires a guy that doesn't go along with anything. So that's disruptive. And then you hire another guy that also doesn't, cherish offensive line, the run game, bigger receivers, use the tight end, all the things that you need for a guy like Tua. So everybody contributed. Flo couldn't build an offensive staff, plus he hated the kid. He hated the kid so much, he waited till the Rams game to start him. I mean, that's like some evil shit, dude. So everything for Tua has been negative here of the people that were in charge. Luckily, he had some weapons that helped him, but he didn't have enough. And so you put him in a position that his body is not built for. So there was a lot of failure all around Tua, and so then you ruin the kid, and that's it. It's over. Your window's gone. It closed. What are you going to do? So a lot of people contributed to the failure of Tua. So, and now Tua has added icing on the cake by looking like he is completely broken. So everything is piled on perfectly for all of this. It is what it is. Doesn't matter really, because it's not like this team was going anywhere anyway before Tua or even after. I'm sorry, Sean, what were you going to say? Oh, I saw it here. I guess I saw it late here on the recorded one. Not because the front one here is more the live one. Anyway. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. It sucks. But it's what we've had to deal with. Let me see what else we got here. Black Boy is in the house. I've always got an excuse for Tua. Yes, exactly. Big Johnson, John Esslinger, Ted, New Jersey. Big O, I have not had yet an In-N-Out burger. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you got to go to Tennessee or go out west. Did you see the line at the Did you see that thing on Tennessee? Huh, Sean? You know they just opened one up in Nashville, right? You heard about that? Go online and go check it out. In-N-Out opens in Nashville. Check out the drive-through line. A couple hundred cars. It's crazy. So, yeah, I love In-N-Out, but that's me. What can I tell you? What else? Jeff in Long Island. Let's go. Drew or D. Drew, I think it is what it is. Thank you, Drew. Thank you for chiming in. What else? Let me see if I catch anything. Howie says, unfortunately, the organization mismanaged Marino also. Yep. 1 Super Bowl appearance and no wins. But the Bills went 4 times and lost all 4. I don't know, pick your poison. Yeah, but at least the one with Norwide, they should have won that one. You know, the other ones, they came up against some great teams also. They were a great team, but the NFC side was pretty damn special. But they had a chance in that Norwide one. They should have won that. They should have won one of them. Should have won one of them. But I'll still take what the Bills have done from the 90s on till now over the Dolphins any day of the week and twice on Sundays. For sure. For sure. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Dolphins haven't done anything, dude. So, let's see what else. Big O was hearing some Dolphin post-game shows of for fun times with Tua. I like Tua, was cheering for him. Crazy how quick 5 years go. Yep. Bitcoin is dropping, says Ted. Is it? Let's see. Where are we? We are at 88,339. Right around the same. 88, 89. Not really dropping. Let's see what else. Nobody's fool. Tua showed he can't take the blame. Remember what he said about Flores. You don't talk bad about your ex-employer because the new employer is thinking. Then he lied about his back in the Bills game. Well, that he lied because he didn't want to admit that it was a concussion. It's not a lie. It's not trying to admit that it's a concussion and do anything to play, which is stupid on his part. But what are you going to do? The Dolphins are stupid. What else? Every player does anything normally just to play. Now he's not willing to do it. Ray Grullon, howdy-o. Sharp, real sharp, cap. Oh, yes, thank you. Caneswear, 10% off. All right. Use our code Big O Show. Get 10% off at Caneswear. And if you order over $99, you will get free shipping too, folks. All right. 500 Fins fan says, I'm not a McD fan, but used Huntley and Skylar as examples of McD can't succeed with other QBs is kind of silly. Both of those QBs are ass. It's not the point. See, it's not the point. When you have a guy like Huntley, you don't run Tua's offense. See, that's the problem there. You didn't listen. And also, you're not a very educated fan. He waited to the fourth game to start using Huntley more as a runner. So that's why he's a terrible coach. And he's a terrible coach because when you've got Tua, you've got to have a strong running game from day one. Not the fourth year in that you've decided for a month because now that Tua can't pass and he's completely broken, now I've got to run the ball. So, yeah. You don't get it, dog. But that's all right, dude. It's all good. Tony Zagales, Big O. So if McDaniel is fired, does the organization try to work with Tua because of the contract? No, dude. They'll release him on June 1st. They'll take they'll split the cap hit, and like Furones put out, it'll take 33% of your cap next year. But don't worry, the cap is fake, right? Because you have writers in town that tell you the cap is fake. It's going to take up 33% that you can't use, but it's fake. It's fake. You know, because that's what some writers tell you. Omar Kelly. It's fake. Oh, yeah, but you won't be able to use 33% of your salary cap next year. So how does that make it fake? The Broncos couldn't use 31% of their salary cap. They couldn't sign free agents because the Dolphins won't be able to sign free agents once they take the cap hit. But it's fake. Remember that. It's fake. Like, you know, it's amazing how you play both sides, but it's fake. It'll take up 33% of your cap that you won't be able to use at all, but it's fake. There's no penalty in the NFL for salary purposes. You know, just keep listening to the people that tell you it's fake. Devin, the Dolphins will be in cap hell for the next 2 to 3 years after they cut Tua. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I told you, what have I been saying, Devin, that this year was not about playoffs either. This year was about development. And then the next 2 years that you're going to take the cap hits, you're going to have all the extra draft picks also. So it's more about draft and development, not really free agency. So you're hoping, don't know who the GM is, don't know who the head coach is going to be, but you hope those are people that can draft and develop players because they are going to need to develop a core. So when they do have cap space 3 years from now, because the cap is fake, then they'll be able to go out and spend some money. Okay. Let's see. Halo says McDaniel may be out already. He wasn't wearing any Dolphin apparel at the press conference. Sometimes he wears that those designer shits all the time. So that's nothing new. I wouldn't look into that. Let's see. Watch Warner's breakdown on the game against Pitt and McDaniel's plays are screwed up. I know, dude. I've seen Kurt Warner talk about how McDaniel's offense makes no sense and all that. Bro, Mike McDaniel's a terrible coach. He doesn't assist his quarterback. That's why I'm telling you, Tua has lied to us. Tua's not saying all the information. He's either, guys, I'm broken, but I got to play this out and he's not going to tell you this. And I got to act this out and wait for them to, cut me on June 1st because I'm not good enough and I can walk away with my money. Or, guys, I'm sick and tired of this place and I'm not trying anymore. And I'm tired of this guy. I'm tired of the owner, tired of everything. I'm going to play like shit so I can get cut June 1st and I can go wherever the hell I want to go. So they don't keep me here for another year. They don't try to trade me because if I start playing really well or whatever, he's lying or withholding information. But it's stuff that he can't say. Either one of those things, if he's going to exercise either one of those things, take the bag and retire, or I just want to get the hell out of here, he can't tell you. So he's got to play this out. It is what it is, but there's something up here, dude. There's something up here. Anyway, what else? Brian Landis says, will Tua release his first hit song, Mad About You? Mad About Tua. I'm mad about Tua. He really sucks. He can't throw a pass. Horn Dog. Oh, I could get a late first rounder for Tua on Madden. Sean Stanley, it's about that time. Give me 30 seconds, sir.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right. Remember, use our code BIG010. If you saw the show yesterday, we were at Caneswear, and I took a walk around the store like I always do and showed you all kinds of gear. And they've got, I don't know how many hats, dude. So if you like this hat or so many others, they got a lot of really cool hats there. You can check it out. And if you want to get a hat so you can sport for Saturday, I love this hat that I got about a couple months ago. Yeah, so check it out at Caneswear. Go see Brett, Jeff, John, Ken Graff, all the guys out there, man. They know how to get it done. They're good people, man. Let's see. Anthony Kyle Campos, thank you for the love on the super chat. Says for all the play for screen passes, like if they had Gronk, Sharp, Samuel, Mike Evans, A.J. Brown to block for Waddle, Hill, and Achane. Hashtag guru. Yeah, he's just a stupid coach, bro. He's a terrible coach. Mr. Collectible says In-N-Out is overrated. Central Florida Freedom. 2 years ago, TUA was buff, stayed in the pocket, took hits. He's not comfortable now, avoiding contact. Unfortunately, he is brittle and has no legit long ball. His arm is, he never had a strong arm. He had a good enough arm, but he never had a strong arm. And now, oh my God, he looks like Chad Pennington, after hits, after some injuries. Like when he came out first from college, Chad had a good enough arm. But then forget about it. All the hits and everything, it weakened his arm. You know what I mean? It's guys like a Ty Detmer. Guys like this cannot suffer many injuries because they only have so much torque in that body. And if it's a hip injury or whatever it is with him, something. But, Central Florida Freedom is 100% right. Let's see what else. Nyborg says, speaking of bad picks who don't contribute, whereas Eichenberg could have had Creed Humphrey. What else? Brett Dodger, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and lawn darts. Now, lawn darts is a new one to it. I only knew horseshoes and hand grenades. That's the only one I ever said. Now you threw lawn darts in there. It's a good one. Didn't know about that. Okay. Take a look at the Canes' schedule next season. They better not lose a game. Yeah, well, you're already behind me, bro. Yes, JT, cool. I've been talking about that for several weeks now. I'm pissed that they lost to Louisville. I'm pissed that they lost to SMU and Louisville, to be quite honest. But you know what? I said it from the beginning of the season. I gave them one loss with that schedule. And he underachieved. And that's why if they left him out with their stupid politics like they always have, I wasn't going to lose an ounce of sleep if the Canes didn't make the playoffs because your stupid ass lost to Louisville. Okay? But next year, I'm with you, JT Cool. I already talked about it. Manny and I have talked about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow on the segment. Well, no, we probably won't. We'll be previewing Texas A&M. But we've talked about it on the segment. Next year's schedule is a joke. Their out-of-conference schedule, they should beat Notre Dame November 7th. Outside of that, there is no threats. They're better than Clemson. They're better than Florida State. They should wipe the floor with everybody in the ACC. They cannot lose one game next year. I'm not saying that it'll stop them from getting in the playoffs if they go 11-1. What I'm saying is Mario Cristobal once again will underachieve if he loses one game next year. He has out-recruited everybody in the conference by miles, dude. It's not even close. Supposedly, all the players that they're getting are way better than anybody in the ACC right now. And Dabo is not going to catch up in one off season. So you better win and win big next year and no excuses. You better win on Saturday. I like the Canes on Saturday. So I better not get a Mario moment on Saturday. That's all I'm saying. NorCal reminds you that Rivian is going for 20, building a huge plant in Georgia starting in 2026, planning to build 400,000 cars there by 2028. And Rivian also is going to have less competition because some companies are getting out of electric. Okay? Which is stupid, but hey, what can I tell you? John says, saw a picture of Tua and Josh Allen. Great metaphor for the two franchises. One tall, confident, powerful. The other small, weak, and inept. Yep. Captain Saki, good morning to you, sir, in Tarpon Springs. Got to go fishing with you one day, bro. Pat in Asheville, does Tua have to go to the island of broken toys now? That's what we're going to find out in the offseason. If he retires, then he's definitely out to the island of misfit toys. Yeah. I'm going to go with misfit toys. because he's kind of a misfit. You know what I mean? He's kind of so goofy in the way he carries himself. He's not a bad person, but he is just goofy. So, you know. What else? Anthony Kyle Campos again with a super chat. Thank you, sir. Is McDaniel Apostolita? Read my chat. I would call McDaniel definitely Apostolita. Yes, and thank you for the super chat. What else? The drive-in movie once factored in close only counts discussions. Lenny says, I believe due to the hip injury, Tua has been compensating in other ways, like throwing from his back foot, something we didn't see much prior years. I think he's not being honest as to how injured he is. Exactly. He's lying or withholding information about something, dude. One way or the other. It's either his physical state or his mental, psychological, physical state combination. It's one of the two. But he can't say it. So, you know, it is what it is, as they say, you know. Don't forget, please smash. We're still not over 100, bro. Come on. Smash the like button, por favor. All right. Let's see. Oh, and, you know, this is going to be interesting. The Ewers experiment. And the front office and the owner, I mean, I know the owner's dumb as bricks when it comes to football, but they will now get to see Ewers probably, poor kid is going to fail. Poor kid's not going to look good. You know, I hope he, you know, overcomes and is able to do some things for his sake. But this is one thing that we're going to, you know, for those that like a Mike Greenberg need a reminder of why Mike McDaniel's a bad coach. And let me tell you something. I think Mike McDaniel would have stuck with Tua for the last 3 weeks, only because I think he knows that Tua mentally, even though he's kind of checked out now, but mentally will understand and react to his offense better than the other two guys. But we'll see. Ewers is the one guy that I give a chance. I don't give any to Zach. I will give them all the front office, all the credit in the world here for going to Ewers instead of Zach, because the idiot coach would have gone to Zach. Zach's his guy. Ewers was the draft pick from the front office. So that's why. And this will now be very interesting. Sadly, it won't be the best experience for Ewers. The good thing is he isn't playing a great defense this week, you know, but he is a rookie, and then that gives those defenders even more motivation and all that kind of stuff. And so who knows? And the coordinator is probably going to try to do stuff to confuse the kid and everything. So, you know, we'll see how it all goes. I hope the running game kicks ass for Ewers. I hope it kicks ass in a big time way. You know, because I've already seen quarterbacks suffer behind this guy. I'm talking about McDaniel. So we'll see. This will be a reminder for the people that actually think that, you know, McDaniel has got some clue or he's figured something out. This will be a nice wake-up call, is what it's going to be when it's all said and done. I can tell you that. Anyway. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. By the way, how should I handle the Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua situation? Because I don't really want to watch it. But there's just a part of me that would love to see Jake Paul get knocked out. So, but Sean, has wrestling taken over here? Is he going to put in some clause in the contract that Anthony Joshua can't really hurt him? I don't know. You tell me.
No, I mean, Jake Paul's a YouTube guy. He's all about the big the big things on YouTube and all this stuff. I think he just stepped in. He's got the wrong people advising him. He had other opportunities and other people. Why they took this fight, I have no idea. But if Anthony Joshua loses, then yes, wrestling stepped in.
Okay, so, all right. Because that's how I'm looking at it. Like, this guy's not going to be able to last with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, bro, that guy's a heavy-handed mofo. That son of a bitch can hit, dude. So, I don't know. And people are going to go to the Kaseya Center to watch that. They're actually going to pay. It's on Netflix, right? So we don't have to pay anything. It's free, right? For those of us that have Netflix. See, that's... Can you imagine people that are paying $75, $100, $200, $300 to go see that shit? Oh, my God. Do you have a friend that is doing that? Have you made fun of him? I'm just wondering. I don't know if people I know will admit to me that they're actually paying for tickets. Because I probably would say, no. Are you serious? You could have bought a little Bitcoin with that at least? Oh, God. Waste your money on that. So I may watch on Netflix. Are you guys going to watch on Netflix? Because I know most of you have Netflix. Most of us have Netflix. So I'm just out of curiosity for those that are watching. Are you going to watch? Yay or nay? Haven says, Big O, I believe the Joshua JP fight is scripted so Paul won't be crushed. See, that's where I'm pissed about watching it and investing my time into that BS. And then, then it's not real. So, and it's tomorrow night, right? Friday night? Yeah, good. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should waste my time watching it or give it a chance. What are you going to do, Sean?
No, it's Saturday, so I have other things to do.
Oh, wow. So Saturday, so I'm definitely not going to watch it because we're going to be at the soccer game. Yeah. Although the soccer game will be done before that fight goes, but I'll be on the road. I don't know. I probably won't watch it. Yeah, no. I thought it was Friday. So it's Saturday? I thought it was Friday at the Kaseya Center. Why did I think it was Friday? Man, that's bad on me. Yay, no effing way. I want that dude out of Puerto Rico. Nope. UFC is crap. Oh, I like the UFC. Why do you like the UFC? Why don't you like the UFC? UFC is good, man. Boxing has become crap, and I love boxing, dude. You know, but it's become such. But look at this. This is the lead for boxing right now. Yes.
Oh, you're right. It's the 19th. There was an ad above it that said Saturday, December 20th for a different act. The fight is the 19th, Friday. You're right.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. Okay. Well, maybe I am, but I just got that one right. That's all it is. It's probably the case. So it is Friday. There you go. So it does get it. It's not in the way of our soccer game. So that is good. I like that. JWR Big O, I can't wait for the fan base to turn on Ewers and McDaniel to be exposed even more on Sunday. You know what, JWR? Don't blame anything on Ewers, bro. That's. Let's hope he has success. Let's root for the kid because he's wearing a Dolphin uniform, of course. Hell, I rooted for Cleo Lemon, even though I knew he couldn't play. But I'm rooting for him. I didn't like Ryan Tannehill, but I rooted for his sorry ass. You know what I'm saying? But this kid it's not his fault, dude. He was drafted. He is in this position, unfortunately. I'm hoping that Ewers shocks the world and plays well, dude, for his sake. What I don't want is to see him running for his life and taking hits, and the coach can't get him plays on time, and people are running the wrong routes, and it just that's what I don't want for the kid. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair to him. So for me, I'm only going to hope for good for him, and whatever bad comes out of it, I'm not blaming Ewers a damn bit, pretty much. Unless Ewers literally just like throws it to a defender just for the hell of it, like that. Just like, it's so egregious. Okay. Yeah, I know he was terrible. But outside of that, I got to tell you something, dude. I'm completely in Ewers' camp here. I feel for the kid. He's in a really difficult situation. He doesn't have a really good coach on the sidelines to protect him. So I am not holding anything against Ewers here. Ewers can only do good in my eyes. That's the way I'm going to look at the kid. Unless he just goes out there and he's like, Cleo Lemon. But I'm sorry. I can't. I feel for the kid. I do. I'm hoping for the best for him because it's a really, really tough situation. Big O, if I want to see a good fight, I'll watch an NHL game. Paul versus Joshua is nothing but a show. As a boxing fan historian, I will not watch, says True Fin Fan. Jeffrard says, I'll watch a highlight of the fight only if he's getting KO'd, right? I mean, that's what we all want, right? That it's for him to get KO'd. JWR says, I'm not blaming yours. I just know if he plays poorly, that's how the fan base is. I get it, but I don't think it's right. I don't think people should take any kind of negativity towards yours. I just feel you should have a little sympathy for the kid because he's not in an easy situation right now. Let's hope for the best. Since we're talking boxing, has Orlando discussed? But I discussed it yesterday. I did, Green Line. I did. And he's just amazing. And I think he will stay retired because he really has nothing to prove. God, so awesome. Yeah. I discussed it a little bit. I mean, boxing's not something that really moves the needle anymore, unfortunately. But man, Bud Crawford, I will miss him. Because it's just there aren't a lot of those fights you want to watch. And Bud Crawford is a fight that you must see TV, So just yeah. I saw that. And we talked about it. By the way, let me do a little music. Get a little music in there. All right. Let's go with musicians born on this date, December 18th. Billie Eilish, singer-songwriter, born in 2001. Wow. 1980, on this date, Christina Aguilera was born. Let's see who else. Jack Lawrence from the Raconteurs, born in 76, bass guitarist. Sia. She was born on this date in 75, Sia Furler. Are you guys keeping up with the Sia divorce? Dude, she's having like this nasty ass divorce with her husband. Nasty. The late Earl Simmons was born in 1970 on this date, aka DMX. Love his music. Let's see what else. Geordie, English rock musician, songwriter, and producer. Geordie Walker from the British post-punk band The Killing Joke. 80s. I'm living in the 80s. Uli John Roth, Flying Through the Frets, baby. German guitarist Uli Roth, famous for his work with the band The Scorpions. Catch a Train, right? I think is one of his back in the day. Let's see who else. And born in 54, by the way. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays. Alex Leichertwood, the Scottish-English singer, guitarist, and drummer, best known for lead vocalist of Santana with 5 different stints from 79 to 94, and he's also been a member of the Average White Band. I want to say, is he the guy that sings Winning and Hold On and things like that? I think that's him. Not sure. Anyway, happy birthday to him. Let's see. Bobby Keys, saxophone player who worked with the Stones, Skinner, The Who, and George Harrison, Eric Clapton, Joe Cocker. He's kind of talented, was. Unfortunately, he died in 2014. He was born in 43. And speaking of the Stones, Keith Richards was born in 1943, founding member of the Rolling Stones, and somehow or another still with us, considering all the drugs that man has taken. He is amazing. He is a medical marvel. We should all have his genes. I'm telling you. All right, let's go with birthdays. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means they have no longer passed away on this list. I mean, they have passed away and they are no longer with us. All right. Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, born in 1878. I think he's no longer with us. I think. Hall of Fame member for baseball, Ty Cobb, born in 1886. Chef Jaques Pepin, born in 35. He is 90 today. Filmmaker Steven Spielberg, born in 46. He's 79. Movie critic and historian Leonard Maltin, born in 50. He's 75. Musician Elliot Easton from the Cars, born in 53. He's 72. Actor Ray Liotta, born in 54. Rest in peace. Actor Brad Pitt, born in 63. He's 62. There's a wrestler. Actress Rachel Griffiths, born in 68. She's 57. Let's see. Actress Katie Holmes, born in 78. She's 47. Actor Ashley Benson, born in 89, 36. NFL player Jaden Daniels, born in 2000. He's 25. And actress Malia Baker, born in 2006. She is 19. The Nickelodeon star. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, sir, we do. Anthony Bowens turns 35. Eric Escobar turns 46. Matoshi Okuma was born on this date in 1941. Kelly Kincaid is 34. Rob Van Dam turns 55. Sputnik Monroe was born on this date in 1928. Tracy Williams turns 37. The lovely Trish Stratus, she turns 50. And the man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, turned 61 on December 18th, 2025.
Great job, sir. All right, let's go with what happened today in music history. We start off in 1971 when Sly and the Family Stone went to number 1 on the U.S. album charts with There's a Riot Going On. In 82, Hall & Oates started a 4-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with Man Eater, the duo's 5th U.S. number 1. In 1990, CNC Music Factory released their debut album, Gonna Make You Sweat. And here we go. Let's rock and roll, and things will make you go, let's see. Nas in 2001 released his 5th studio album, Stillmatic. It features the singles Rule, Got Yourself a Gun, The Flyest, and One Mic. In 2007, Lupe Fiasco released his 2nd studio album, Lupe Fiasco's The Cool. It features the singles If You Are What You Say You Are, A Superstar, Hip Hop Saved My Life, Paris, Tokyo. I love that song, Paris, Tokyo. That's a great song. And Dumb It Down. Let's see what else. In 2020, Paul McCartney released his 18th studio album, McCartney 3. It features Find My Way. And let me see if there's any musicians that were missed. No, doesn't look like it. No. All right, there we go. And that's what happened today in music history. All right. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It is very important. Yes, sir, Sean Stanley.
Did you see your boy got a new job yesterday?
Who?
Ted Ginn Jr.
Really? What
Yes.
is what is he and the family doing now?
He has been named the head coach of the expansion UFL team, the Columbus Aviators.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't even know he was coaching.
I don't know him to be that talkative. So it's interesting. I don't know. Maybe his personality has evolved a little bit more over time, because he doesn't seem like the personality to be a head coach. Wow. Good for him. And he was a smart guy, not listening to stupid people like me. Take the extra yard or two. Take the hit. Wussy. No, he was smart. Don't take the extra hit. You played 12 years, bro. You did very well for yourself. Very well for yourself. You played 12 years. Don't listen to a dumbass like me. Oh, you wussy. You're running out of bounds, or you could have gotten 2 or 3 more yards. Take the hit. No. So I give Ted Ginn credit. He is smarter than the average bear. That's for sure. Props to him. I'm the idiot. Anyway, we thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley. We appreciate all of you that tuned in. As always, thank you. We'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll have Manny Navarro. We will preview Texas A&M and UM. Saturday, we will have a broadcast for you, and we'll also cover the Canes game too with Texas A&M. Sunday, we'll be back for the Dolphins pre- and post-game show. Hopefully, they can put up a decent performance against Cincinnati and win. Hopefully, Quinn Ewers plays well. Would be really, really nice for the young man. And we appreciate all of you that tuned in. Hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the like button when you get out, and also hit the notification bell so you know when we are going live. We thank the great Sean Stanley, who masters every moment of this platform. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.